Hey, thank you so much for coming over. You're the only person who can help me with this schoolwork, so it was really so sweet of you to offer. Gosh, you're always so good to me. Can I get you anything? Any food or maybe some refreshments? No? Yeah, I don't blame you. Not after what I tried to pull the last time. I mean, I didn't tamper with it this time, but it figures you would be cautious. Anyway, putting that aside, let's get to the reason why I need your help. So, I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but I'm failing Yandere school. I know. I can hardly believe it either. I can't seem to grasp any of the concepts they teach there. I know deep down there's a good Yandere in me somewhere, but I just can't seem to do well in any of the classes. For instance, taking Drugging 101 as an example. I always mix up the drugs. I mean, can you really blame me though? They all sound so similar, having names like flunitrazepam or gamma hydroxybutyric acid. These long sciencey names that just sound like word salads. I mess up the doses too though. That's not always my fault. Sometimes the teacher says something like, use just a pinch, and I think, okay, how much is a pinch? Your standard might be different from mine. I mean, honestly, I think that one's on the teacher. But my failure in the class goes beyond just the drugs. You see, cooking is also part of the Drugging 101 class. You have to put the drug in something, obviously. And making food that they actually want to eat really helps with that. Not that I can do that. It would be nice, but I can't. I wish it was just that class that I sucked at. But no, I suck at the others too. Lockpicking class comes to mind. So get this. In this class, as this sort of test, they have this door that you have to try and open. And they give you lockpicks in order to open it. So the teacher gives me the lockpicks, points to the door and says, all right, try and get past this door. So you know what I do next? I walk up to the door, take a deep breath, and I knock on it. Like I expected someone to open it up or something. I don't know what's got into me. I guess it was just so instinctive. I mean, you knock on doors so people open them, right? Yeah, well, the class didn't see things my way. They all laughed at me. And don't even get me started on spying class. And they have us use hidden cameras so we can practice for when we need to spy on our sweethearts in the real world. But the thing is, I would always use cameras that have a battery life of 10, maybe 12 hours at most. So I got major points off for my lack of foresight. Obviously, a Yandere wants to spy on their destined lover for way more than 12 hours. That goes without saying. But they grade you on the placement of the cameras too. You know, to make sure the hidden cameras are actually hidden. So my test was to put the camera in a spot where they wouldn't really stick out. So I put mine on the ceiling. Now, hear me out. Yes, if you look up at the ceiling, you can clearly see the camera looking down watching you. But who's looking up at their ceiling? I don't even know what my ceiling looks like. Suffice to say, I'm failing that class too. What really makes it sting is that all my classmates have all these cool gadgets and whatnot that they brought with them. Like a teddy bear that has a camera behind its eye. The sort of thing that hides in plain sight. Someone even had this micro drone that looked like a fly that had a camera and a microphone and was solar powered and everything. I mean, that's basically the dream of every intelligence agency everywhere. And this person is just using it to spy on their crush. It's actually kind of inspiring in a way. I've got to get me one of those. Let's see. What else am I failing? Oh, acting class. I always stutter. So in the class, they give you this dummy that acts as this mock dead body that you're hiding. You know, to act as the body of the love rival you just killed. Then they have a person dressed up as a police officer questioning you about the murder and all that jazz. So then they expect you to say something along the lines of, "Oh no, officer, I have no idea about the murder or where the body is and blah, 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 yada, yada." The thing is, okay, here's the issue. When I was talking to the officer, my eyes kept on darting to where the dead body was hiding. So that's the thing that really got me. It was too incriminating. And I failed that little test. Ugh. But you get the idea, right? I'm really bad at being a yandere. I know I love like one, but I don't really have the competence. Even though I come from such a long line of esteemed yanderes. I mean, just look at my parents. They tried kidnapping each other. Get this. My mother drugged my father's food. Then, when he fell over, she started laughing hysterically and dancing because she was so happy she'd finally have him. But then she fell over too because he also drugged her food. It was so romantic. When they woke up, they got married shortly after, and the both of them agreed that if the other ever cheated, that they consented to being murdered. Anyway, my parents would be so disappointed if I flunk out of yandere school. They'll disown me. And you know how much that would really hurt me, because there's nothing a yandere hates more than being abandoned. The good news is, I've still got one shot. The final exam is coming up, and it's such a huge portion of my overall grade. All I have to do is pass. As for what the exam actually is, well, I have to kidnap you. We have to kidnap our crush, and come on, you know I'm crazy about you. So help a yandere out and let me kidnap you, won't you? I mean, you have to let me do it because I can't do it on my own. You remember all the times in the past I failed to kidnap you, right? Remember when I mixed up our drinks and I accidentally drank the one that was drugged and passed out? That was so embarrassing. No? Oh, right. I forgot to say please. Please? Still no? Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Pretty please with a drugged cherry on top. It'll be quick and easy, and all you have to do is come downstairs with me into my basement. I have everything set up. I have some handcuffs. Oh, but they're the fuzzy kind so that they don't hurt your wrists. See? Aren't I such a nice yandere who is so sweet and considerate? So please come with me just down the stairs. Please, my parents will disown me. I'll be a hobo on the streets. You don't want that, do you? But if my parents do evict me, can I at least stay in your basement? I mean, you don't have to fuzzy handcuff me or anything, though. Unless you want to, of course. But anyway, I'd really like you to come to my basement. So, what if I told you that my basement is stocked full of that snack you like? With the raisins? Would that change your mind? You You don't like raisins? I'm the worst stalker ever. How did I not know this? Okay, well, how about this? You can just pretend that I kidnapped you. And after I show my teachers and pass the exam, I'll let you go. That way you can stay free and I can pass and avoid bringing dishonor upon my family. So what do you say? It'll be fine. Once I pass my test, I'll let you go. No, really. I swear. Promise. You'll do it? Oh, thank you so much. Seriously, you're the best friend I could ever ask for. Now, what am I going to do with all those raisin snacks?